Welcome back to part 3 of creating accountability mechanisms in Notion databases. In the previous video, we created idle time formulas like so to create a specific output when it was 3, 2, or 1 days since it was last edited. In the previous one, in part 1, we created average completion time represented by hours. And then in this one, we'll be creating a different process around update requests for collaboratively working with your team members and to asynchronously provide updates for whoever requested an update. In my experience, sometimes there's so many tasks and so many things going on that we don't always have the time to give verbal updates or allocate enough time during meetings to talk about the progress of our tasks. I use the word tasks generally to mean anything that requires completion or requires a progress update or any to-do that you might encounter on a daily basis. For people that work independently, this part might not be as relevant to you, but I think this could be a creative and efficient way to collaborate amongst team members and provide meaningful interactions across teammates and give updates related to a certain task. We always have an owner of a task, generally speaking, and so when we want to request an update on a task, it would also be helpful to know who is requesting an update. So in our case, we want to add a person property and title this person the requester. And that's going to give us a way for the person who is owning the task to know who is requesting an update from this person. I think a really easy way to sort of prod and initiate an update request within a task is through database buttons. And I think we can have a button to request update, and we can also have a button to provide an update. I think it's a good two-way mechanism where both people have the opportunity to submit their information and have a meaningful asynchronous interaction around any potential task updates or hiccups that may have come up. The idea here is that when one person clicks on a request update, the owner gets notified and the requester gets populated with the person who clicked on the button. And then when the owner wants to provide an update, they click on this button and we will notify the requester who has populated their assignment based on this person property. We can go a step further and have a log of updates if we wanted by adding another database, a very simple database around a request log. But before we get into that, let's just set up this basic request update button and get started that way. So when a button is clicked, let's add a confirmation page so that it doesn't accidentally get clicked. Maybe the first thing you want to ask the user is, are you sure you want to request an update? And this is just a very simple way to make sure that the button doesn't accidentally get clicked. And even if it does, you have to click yes within the dialog box to proceed with this process. Now, when this button gets clicked, we want to make sure that the requester is whoever clicked on the button, and we want to make sure we add it to the requester. In a case where multiple people might request an update, we don't want to replace it, so we just want to add it. And then the next thing we want to do is make sure that the owner gets properly notified that someone has requested an update around a task. So we can do edit, send notification to, select recipients, person property. We can select the owner. And maybe we want to send a simple message saying, please provide an update on this. And maybe we can add a quick timestamp. So we could do the time triggered, and then we can do requested by, and then do at this page requester. So now when this button gets clicked, for example, the owner of the task gets notified around the time and who requested the update. So if we save this, since I'm already an owner in task 0, I'll just show you how this works. When I click on request update, I'll say, yes, I want to request an update. Once that happens, we edited one page, the requester gets populated with my name on it. And then as you can see on the sidebar here, we see, please provide an update on this, March 25th, 10:05 a.m., and it was requested by me. So this is one way we can take advantage of that notification automation and the sidebar that Notion has to offer. I've noticed that many of my clients in the past, or people that are still using Notion, don't like the sidebar. And something I usually say is tough luck. The sidebar for Notion isn't amazing, but it should always be utilized in some capacity, and it should never be neglected. And I think Notion's many features weaves in a variety of different ways to this sidebar. And so I think if you can, always try to get everyone to use the sidebar to some capacity. I'm going to mark this notification as read. And so we've created the first part to this request update function. Now we want to think in the reverse order, where if I'm the owner of this task and I just got this request update, I want to be able to provide an update. Now, the tricky thing here is when we provide an update, it will action certain things, but we won't be able to provide commentary or feedback in a meaningful way just by clicking a button. When it comes to requesting an update, it's very straightforward because it just signals, hey, this person requested an update, and so you can get notified and initiate the process in that sense. When it comes to providing an update though, we might want to go a step further and create a log of some sort so that we can see all updates related to the task that might be relevant, and so that in the future when we might want to look back at the feedback or updates log, we have something to reference. And so this is where I think it would be practical to create another database, title this maybe request log. We want to add a relation to this task database, make it a two-way relationship, and then we want to keep it very simple here. We want to add a person property just so that we have a timestamp of who provided the update, and then we also have a date property for when that update was provided. I want to keep it very simple, stupid here for example's sake, but you can add as many properties as you want, and this is just one idea that you can use to sort of shape it to your needs, right? Again, the idea behind this channel is to keep learning Notion in an accessible manner. And so if this is rudimentary to you, then maybe it's time for you to move on to the next video. When we provide an update, we want to essentially create a request log item and then also relate it to our task so that we can add our own commentary and we have a way to view what this feedback or update might look like. The idea here is that when the owner of this task provides the update, we're going to create a request log item and then relate it to the relevant task and then populate all three of these properties, person, date, and task, so that we have a way to log these updates. Again, we're going to have to show the request log in this case, and then we can get started here. Maybe we want to add another confirmation page. And again, this is just a safety mechanism that I like to suggest so that we don't have random entries that might be accidentally clicked or tried. And then we want to add a page to the request log. And again, the name is not going to be important here. It's the other properties, the date, which is the time triggered, the task relation, which is this page. And then we also want to do the person. We can do whoever clicked on it. But another way we can sort of think about this person or the person that's clicked on this button is if by extracting the requester attribute from the task itself. Now, this is definitely an optional thing, but I want to also just introduce you to dynamic variables within a Notion automation in case you haven't seen this before. I've created several videos on this, and I highly recommend that you check out the Notion formula-specific database automations playlist that I've created on this channel. In case we want to just specify the requester of a task instead of whoever clicked on it, we can do this through a formula by saying this page dot requester. We can save that, and now we've defined this variable requester. So if we go to person, we can actually reference the requester and not necessarily the person who clicked on it. In this case, it doesn't really matter much, but I just want to show that this is possible and that the information transfer from one database to another has never been easier with this aspect of defining variables and then being able to populate them like this in a relational manner. So once that request log has been added, obviously we want to open that request log entry. And then after we've done that, we also want to send a notification to the person property, the requester, and then maybe we can add a simple message saying, please see request response here. And what's cool about this notification process is that just like a dynamic variable or a formula, we can manipulate things and add relational attributes to this process, which is, awesome. I think this opens up so much of what you can do, and I think this is one of the reasons why Notion database automations are highly underrated and potentially highly underutilized. We want to reference the page, so we can do page added by going to at, and then scrolling to the bottom there. And now the page will be referenced, and notifying the requester of that update. So let's save it and let's see how that works. So going back to task 0, where someone has already requested an update, once I've gotten that notification and I want to provide an update, I can go to provide an update and click on yes. And then it's going to take me to this update page for request log. And I'm going to say on track. Right now I'm just using the name of a database entry as the way that a request is being provided. Obviously you can change that, but just for the example's sake. So I'm saying on track, let's chat during our meeting. That's going to be the request. I provided this update at 10:15. I did it myself and it's related to task 0. So I exit out of there. We can see in the request log, that is going to be the update I provided. We can see in the request log itself, that's also linked properly. And then if I am the owner of the task, I will receive this notification saying, please see request response here. I can click on it like this, and it'll take me to that request log response. Now I know what to look for and what I might need to do next. Obviously, you can add comments in this open page section or add other properties, but for this example, I just wanted to keep it very simple, stupid, so that you have an idea of how this process works. I just created another person property, 2 database buttons, 1 relation with a brand new database with 2 basic properties, and now we have a way to be a little more accountable when it comes to task updates and maintaining a historical record of asynchronous feedback and update processes that might happen within your team or organization. This is part 3 of creating an accountability mechanism in Notion databases, and if you haven't checked out my other 2 videos leading up to this, I highly recommend you do so. Again, I just wanted to touch on various features of Notion and kind of be a little more forward around the accountability aspects of Notion, because that's something we forget about or lose track of because we're so focused on the structural elements of Notion. And so I think this might be sort of a new series style that I might start to do a little more of, where I'm building on previous videos or just kind of experimenting within a conceptual framework of how to use Notion, as opposed to literally just talking about the structure and features of it. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I have plenty of different YouTube playlists around Notion formulas, automations, and even just getting started to learn and use Notion as well. So I'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe. Hope spring is going to treat you well. It just started over here in the state of Oregon, and warm weather has begun, and I couldn't be happier. Thanks.